I've learned one thing while reading all of these books, and that is, do not decide that you want to buy, own, and operate an old B&B, because chances are it's haunted and you gonna get fucked. Hello friends, and welcome to another Reading Kindle Unlimited erotica vlog. Let's jump right into it. Per the recommendations in the last live drunk show with Chelsea, by the time you've seen this, we've probably had other ones, but the first one in April, we talked about me bringing back the Kindle Unlimited reading vlog. I didn't think I was in the mood to do it, and then you guys kind of got me really hyped on a particular theme. I had one in mind, but I decided to lean into the one that you guys recommended. So I am going to be reading Ghost Erotica. Now, it was suggested that I do demon and ghost. I may go ahead and move in some demon if I don't find enough ghost, but I'm going to try to stick to strictly ghost. I did already find a couple. I read one that was like 13 pages and it was so horrific. I will not be mentioning it in this vlog, but I do have like a private wish list of all of those because my Kindle Unlimited is actually really full right now, because I have a whole bunch of other ones that I actually want to read. So when I used to like have 6 or 7 that I would swap out, I think I'm going to just do it one at a time and talk to you guys about one at a time, because I have a whole bunch of others saved in my Kindle Unlimited that I want to leave there. I don't have any downloaded right now, I don't think, but I'm going to be reading Ghost Erotica. Stay tuned for some spectral sperm. Stay tuned for some otherworldly lovin'. We're going to start off here with Haunted Campus. This one is by A.J. Ambrose. I believe these are all gay, male, haunted erotica. So straight and gay, Haunted Campus, The Escape. This is what we're working with. That's going to be the first one that we start with. I don't know. Hard in the Library is chapter 1. So that's going to be the beginning of this, and I'll keep you posted. Like I said, I found some that were on Kindle Unlimited and some that were like decently rated. Again, I'm not trying purposely to find the worst stuff. It's just a gift I have, but I'm going to try to make these good. I don't know. At the very least, we're going to have some fun, we're going to have some laughs, and I'm going to forego pretty much all monetization on this one, so you're just going to get my raw reactions. The one that I read that was like pure garbage had a lot of spectral sperm, a lot of cold touches, and levitated. So I can't even. It was a lot. It was a lot. There was a lot of typos. It was a lot to take in. So we're going to hope for the best with these ones. I'm not even going to talk about that other one anymore. And I will update you as soon as I have read Paranormal Passion. Ooh, Paranormal Passion books. I'll get back to you after I've read some more Paranormal Passion. Also, if you hear a washing machine, listen, quarantined apartment life, you're going to hear noises. I apologize. It's just the way it is. But I'll be back later. I am a mess. I just got done watching the complete finale, the show finale of Schitt's Creek, and then like the hour-long special afterwards. And it is April 7th. It is a Tuesday. It is about 10:30 at night, and I am about 78% of the way through Haunted Campus trilogy bundle. I got done crying, and then I couldn't stop crying after the show, and then I figured the best way to kind of get over that was paranormal gay sex. It's special. I'm going to go ahead and say it's definitely not the worst thing that I've read, and it's for sure better than the other one that we're not even going to talk about. But this one is just like about a guy. He literally wakes up and his body is like all jacked, and the ghosts have converted his body and given him like this uber dick. It's not like obscenely large. It's just larger than it used to be. And then they have to get through this like haunted library, haunted campus, and he has to be a stallion and like take all these men, and he was a virgin before this, and now he's just banging all these dudes. The problem is that a lot of them are like possessed and or not in control because the ghosts have taken control of them. So there's like some sketchy consent where people are like haunted and or held against their will. It's not horrific, but it's not the most up and up of things. So I'm on chapter 2 of what I can only assume is part 2 or 3. Like I said, 78% of the way in. Not a ton left. A main character in Trevor who is already gay, but then he runs into somebody, Mason, I think, who is not gay, but is like down with it. He doesn't mind if he fucks other dudes. He doesn't want to get fucked, but then he does get fucked, and then he's like fine with getting fucked. It's just a lot of haunted sex. Lots of ghosts, magical cock rings, magical nipple clamps, and slave collars and whatnot. I don't know, but right now they're in an auditorium and they just found somebody who's like suspended above the stage with a cock leaking copious amounts of pre-cum. Okay, here we go. We have finished that one, and it was it wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. He had to basically submit somebody else to a life of servitude, to just being like a sexual object for the rest of eternity by giving somebody else his shackles. They get out by him again having sex with a straight man, but then they get out of the library to realize that it's not just the library, but the entire campus is under a spell. So they ain't done fucking yet. There will be more, I am sure. So I just went on a little bit of an Amazon adventure to try to find some more, because I actually had 2 other ones set aside, and found some other ones that were free, but you have to buy them. So it's not technically Kindle Unlimited. They were just at the time free. I think all of them were 99 cents, but right now they were, I guess, some kind of a deal where they were free. So I technically bought for free, I think like 7 books that were all smutty ghost stories, and then I got rid of Haunted Campus and I picked out a new one that was a Kindle Unlimited. They were the best options because there really weren't a ton of Kindle Unlimited ones that were specifically ghosts, and I was looking for ones that were like decently rated on Kindle Unlimited. There weren't fantastic ones. Bone Idol, this, The Master's Ghost. This is about somebody, he's died, but his libido hasn't, and she's a maid there, and she's just gonna let him have sex with her, the ghost have sex with her. That's the one that I got from Kindle Unlimited. However, I also picked up Haunted and Wicked by Liz Gavin, Loud Ghosts by Robin Watergrove, The Sexorcist by Kiki Welling, Lesbian Ghost Hunters, can't read their name, Supernatural Seductions by Kiki Wellington, Barely There by Samantha Hunter. These are the ones right there. Here we go. See? Boobies, 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 barely there. These are things that I'm reading now. Did it help me stop crying after watching Schitt's Creek? Yeah, it did. So I'm not even mad at it. I've read things, and I haven't updated you, and for that, I am sorry. The Master's Ghost. This is what we're working with. That's our cover. This one is just literally about a guy who has a big estate, and he dies, but his ghost is very unsatisfied and sticks around because he's purposely hired these women just to be incredibly sexy and kind of work around his house. And so he dies and he comes back as his younger self to be able to still have relations with the ladies. I will say that there is a woman who's described as being exotic and having almond eyes. Not great, not fantastic. I wouldn't say the sex in it is bad. The bell rings down in the kitchen and other servants go up and serve him. Then we had one called Loud Ghosts by Robin Watergrove, and I had high hopes for this one as being a female one. Turns out it is female, and there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing about ghosts. Absolutely not paranormal. Lesbian Ghost Hunters, The Wake Up Call by Meryl Sloan. This is our cover. That's what we're working with. This one was about a woman who I believe was in a hotel, working at a hotel, and then as like a maid, and then there was a ghost, like some kind of like spectral spirit that kept like seducing her, and then a ghost hunter comes in and uses that girl as bait willingly to seduce the ghost and then be able to like help her move on. I think at the end she like leaves with the ghost hunter, and she was like, I shall be your bait for all of the sexy female ghosts. And she just like kind of runs off with this woman and leaves her job to go be a ghost hunter, or ghost bait rather. Kiki Wellington's The Sexorcist. This is a thing I've read. They go ghost hunting. They go to like an older hotel purposely to go like ghost hunting, and then they're like, oh, you know, nobody's really experiencing any ghosts except this girl totally does. And like this dude comes in, they bang it out. And then they wake up the next morning and she's looking at pictures of the people that used to live there and that have died. And she realizes that it was the person that came into her room the night before. Unbeknownst to her, totally did. I do still have Kiki Wellington's Supernatural Seductions. I have Haunted and Wicked by Liz Gavin. Have not read them yet. I haven't continued to read because I started getting into other reading. So I need to continue with my smutty spectral stories. That's my update. I'll let you know when I've read more smutty see-through sexy times. Okay, so we have another one read. We read Supernatural Seductions by Kiki Wellington. And I've learned one thing while reading all of these books, and that is, do not decide that you want to buy, own, and operate an old B&B. Because chances are it's haunted, and you gonna get fucked. This is just about a woman and her husband who buy an old B&B, and they're renovating it, and the people they bought it from have lost a son to the war. That son takes a liking to the wife. So she then carries on an extramarital affair with a ghost. Starts off with just gentle touching, but also him whispering to her that he wants her. And then she just decides to succumb to it. It was interesting. There was a shower scene, which I think is why the cover is what it is. If you don't mind supernatural cheating, then that's fine. I also finished, and there's nothing redeemable about this, Sorority Sisters Ghost Probe by Spunky Buttons. This one is about a sorority. She is going to school and she's trying to, pledge? She's trying to pledge a sorority, but it's like one of the elite sorority and she wants a leg up. And so she says that she's not a total virgin because she's not some Catholic girl. So that's, I'm not even Catholic, but like rude. Then she goes on to note that she gave somebody a reverse blumpkin, which I had to look up because I know what a blumpkin is. The reverse blumpkin kind of stumped me and I was like, how would that even work? Now that's a thing I know, and I didn't want to know. I'm not even going to explain it to you. You can Google it if you need to. That's what I did, and I didn't like it. Then they get the new recruits for this sorority into the house, and they go into one of the laundry room, and there's a girl on top of it, fully naked, on top of like an active washing machine or dryer. I don't know which cycle it was on. And they say, look closely at Kelly. What do you see? No jiggly fat. And so then there's this whole thing about they put a girl up on there. They make one of the pledges strip naked, get back up on the machine as it's like shaking. And a girl pulls out like a Sharpie and like circles the jiggly fat pieces and she runs from the room crying. I did yoga every day. I ran 10 miles a week. I swam every Sunday, never ate ice cream, always controlled my counted and controlled my calorie intake, but still. So essentially, that's fun. That's super, super healthy. And then, something about this washing machine likes her. The ghost of the washing machine bangs her. It was awful. Just for like body shaming and like ridiculousness alone, it was absolutely horrific. I'm going to try to read Samantha Hunter's Barely There and see what we think about this. We're going to see if this one ends up being more sweet than sassy. I might just move on to a different story. Renovate a B&B, ghost sex, not horrible. Sorority sisters, absolutely wretched. You sit on a washing machine because you want to get off, and then it just starts bucking its way across the room. You're haunted. That's all I have for you, really. This is a no judgment zone. I'm already talking about ghost dick, so the fact that I am dyeing my hair right now, irrelevant. I just finished Poppy DeVoe's Ghosts Inside. It was not fantastic. It was about a woman who just wants to be taken seriously as a journalist. So she's sick and tired of going on all of these like bunk, bogus stories, but then she gets tasked with interviewing a ghost hunter, goes to a haunted house where a man and his cousin were hanged and now are said to haunt this mansion. And oh boy, do they. And also, they are spectrally horny. They've never been able to touch a woman like this before, and there's something different about her, and that differentness means they need to probe her deeper than any real man has been able to do together. So that's what happens. It's not particularly good, nor was it particularly memorable. It was actually a pretty long story for like this tiny little sex scene. Taboo ghost erotica pounded by the ghost. That's what this is. However, if I go back out, it says that it's rammed by the ghost, and it's a different cover. So I'm wondering if it's a bind up. This is by Chris Cox. It's taboo. I don't know what's taboo about it other than the fact that it's a ghost, but I'm going to read this while this purple dye sits on my head, and then I'll be back and I'll let you know, because I'm really hoping to wrap up these ghosty stories. Not all of them have been horrific. Some of them was. Some of them were, though. That college one was absolutely horrible. But other than that, they're kind of meh. So I'm going to read this and I'll be back. Well, that was a hot mess. That was a man who was, of course, a virgin, but had been acting slutty at night and touching himself. And the ghost had seen it and knew what he wanted, to just be used as a fuck toy. So, male ghost then proceeded to just bang the hell out of this dude's asshole. Just felt like he was being torn in two, but he loved being used as a fuck toy. That was pretty much it. He used some weird ghostly appendage to just, like, bang the hell out of this dude, but it wasn't actually the ghost. So then the ghost was like, oh, now it's my turn. And then he took his, like, already raw and, like, split in two asshole. Continued to fuck it. Ghostly tied him down, and the dude was all about it and was like, this is all I've ever dreamed of. It's all I've ever wanted. I've never had sex before, but this is how I imagined it. Was it, buddy? Was it really? Oh, that one was actually cute. It was about a girl who got in an accident and ended up in like a medically induced coma, and then went and was like with the dude that she had a crush on. And then they had, like, ghostly sex. Lots of it. Because touching him made her real. And so she could touch him. And she could stay in physical form as long as he was touching her. Which included a whole lot of banging. Then she came out of her coma. And he was like, I'm not going to let you go. And she was like, it wasn't just a dream. And he was like, no, it was actually, I mean, it was not bad. It was actually really cute. It was like a whole story. But also, like, a sexy one. It was like a story with some heart. So I just read 3. I don't have any more on my Kindle app. So that means I need to go and see what else I have on my Kindle app. The thing is, I've actually read a whole lot of ghostly smut. And there's not a ton of good ghostly smut. I mean, not that everything I read was good. It wasn't. But, you know, it was smutty. So let me check my Amazon for my digital downloads and see if I have anything else on my ghost porn, because yes, I have an entire ghost porn wish list. I've actually exhausted that entire list, and then the other ones that I read were actually just free ones that I read. I don't even know at this point how many I've read, because some of them were Kindle Unlimited and some of them were just free on Kindle. So like whether you had unlimited or not, or maybe you needed to have unlimited for them to be free, but they were like buy now for $0. I think that's going to be it. Like it's got to be like a solid dozen. I read a lot of stories. I read that one before this thing even started that was just really bad. And now looking back on it, wasn't the worst of all of them. Am I closing out a vlog with a freaking hair cap on? I am. I mean, the answer is yes, I am. So that's gonna be the end of my like crazy ghosty erotica. I have other themes that I definitely know I want to hit on. I'm still shooketh by the fact that there is a ton of COVID-19 quarantine erotica out there. A lot of like quarantine erotica has come up specifically with COVID-19 in the title. I will not be reading any of that. I just think it's in bad taste for the moment. Is there a time and place for it eventually? Maybe. But probably not. I don't know. I have a couple of other options of things that I really personally am thinking I'm going to read. Kind of feeling like the vampire vibes now. I don't really want to get into werewolves right now, but I could do some vampires, and I'm kind of into like age gappy. I don't know where I want to go with things. I have ideas, I have themes. I know that there's plenty more on Kindle Unlimited that I can get into. So if you have a preference for something that you'd like me to see, whether it be like age gap, dark romance, or vampires, those are the 3 that I'm leaning towards right now, and I don't know what I want to do next. Leave me a comment down below, or find an emoji that I can then associate. Like the black heart will definitely be dark romance, the vampire will obviously be vampires, and then find an age gap romance one. I don't know what that emoji would be. And let me know what you would like me to do next. I'm not done with these. Trust me. This one was better than Aliens, and it was better than Leprechauns. So, like, maybe Paranormal Smut is where it's at. I don't really know. But I'm feeling something, like, darker, more taboo. Let me know what you would like to see in a comment down below. But for now, that's going to be everything for my reading ghost erotica on Kindle Unlimited reading vlog. Thank you for watching. I do not monetize these because there's just no way these would remain monetized, because there's too much dick and molestation and spectral sperm. So just, you know, if you can give me a thumbs up or a comment or a share, or just, you know, let me know you like it. It makes me feel good, and, you know, it helps me on the tubes when, you know, I'm obviously not making any money off of these. I'm just doing them because I like doing this for you guys. So if you like this one, be sure to give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and I'll see all of you in my next video. Bye, guys.